There we go. I think we're live. I think we are live. Okay. Let's get this up here. Boom. I'm recording, streaming. And what else? Kind of want coffee to begin with, so let's start with that. Also, this thing says, first I'm just checking to see if my audio is working fine. Second coffee of the day. Okay. Let's do. I'll be right back. Make a coffee, and then we'll. I mean, I've already been doing a little bit of work today, so let's start with a little coffee, a few YouTube videos, and we can watch that together. I mean, this is going to be a long stream. I've been grinding for, 3 days? I mean, it's been, actually 3 years of work. 10 years of development. 10 years of development practice, or more, actually. Building projects for a while now. Let me know if you guys can actually, one thing I want to see, let me close this on my end. Let me see if this is actually looking clear or not, because this looks blurry as hell to me. Or is that just to me? Let's check this out. What do I need to do? How do I check this? Because this is clear on my screen, obviously, because it's my screen. I guess let me, oh shit, that. Let me first go here. Let me see a recording. My dog. Let me first see how a recording looks. File view, show. Show recordings. It looks pretty clear. This one. Let me look at the new one. More recent one. I mean, this is also pretty clear, so let's hope stream's pretty clear too. Am I even recording here? Okay, yeah, some stripe work. Dude, this was a clusterfuck. Yeah. Oops. Dude, this is trippy as fuck. There we go. Okay. So, when you get into chat, let me minimize this. Okay, I need this out here. Let me minimize this. Let me close this. Let me. That's annoying. Okay, so I can have that up for chat. Okay, talking into the void, but I mean, this will be recorded, so that'll be fun. And I guess I can check how it looks once it's recorded. But yeah. Okay. We're good here, we're good here. Time to get some coffee, BRB. And let's get started in a bit. What's up, winners? back. Let's watch this in a little mini break before we start. Alright. I mean, it would be dope if I could just take some, if I got this channel big enough that I could just do reaction videos. I mean, I do plan on reviewing some of my training footage, pointing out things that I'm doing right, making mistakes on, etc, etc. And it'll be dope to, you know, watch maybe some UFC, some boxing with you guys, see where they are, you know, what my opinions are, whatever. So, this is the plan. Well, first we're gonna watch these 3 videos. 1, 2, 3, 4 videos. See what's going on. When even is this fight? Jake Paul, Tommy Fury. I'm just curious, man. Like, this kid hasn't trained. I mean, you honestly, while I don't know, I'm not gonna say I don't like anyone. You know, I'm not one of those people. Only thing I don't like, corporations. Probably VCs. Find them annoying as hell. I don't like LinkedIn, actually, because it's just all bots. And I don't like full-time work. And people, for the most part, full-time workers, they don't match my energy or how I think or how I believe people should live, because I think they're pretty much slaves to this kind of system, servitude of the modern era. But this kid, you know, he doesn't really have background in fighting. He definitely has encouraged me to take the next step, you know, because I started fighting when I was, 5 years old. I started with Taekwondo. I became national champion in the Netherlands. I fought at a very high level, but then, you know, when you get to college, you don't really get to train as much unless you really look for clubs. And when I was in college, there wasn't really a way to participate in it. So I just swam and ran track and all those kind of things. But then I quickly stopped, actually, before even a few months, because I just, you know, I was in a D3 college, so I don't know, I started going this, the startup route. I just wanted to build projects. I wanted to make money, you know, back then. Now I don't really care about money. It's cool. It's a game, you know, to make money and do all that kind of stuff. And started my companies, and once you start hitting these targets, things kind of change, right? But I'll talk about that down the road. But with this kid, in 3 years, I guess, 3 years of training, he's gone pretty good. You know, he's definitely better at boxing. He's probably better at boxing than I am. You know, as in MMA or kickboxing, I'd obviously wreck him. But in boxing, he'd probably beat me pretty significantly. And now he's fighting at a professional level. He's fighting Tommy Fury, who's, again, we'll see if how good he is. His style is a little weird to me, Tommy Fury's, but yeah, it's inspirational. Someone who hasn't been doing it since he was a kid was able to get to this level and make something of himself. I mean, it would be cool to see him beat Tommy Fury and move on and fight. You know, it shows anyone can do anything. That's really the key. That's cool. That's inspirational. So when is this fight? Oh, it's this Sunday. 2 days. Okay. Okay.
All or nothing, brother. All or nothing, brother. All or nothing, brother. Yeah. All or nothing. Let's do it. Put your money where your mouth is.
Alright, see, I watch these things, and I'm like, 10 minutes.
Jake Paul will knock out defeat embarrass Tommy Fury. You talk to him, champ. Big, thick Ohio boy. American style. Big diesel. Ford, built tough. Coming at this man like a semi-truck. They have no idea what they're walking into.
Well, we are here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's a great boxing event. We have prepared this beautiful trophy for the winner to commemorate this special event in the Riyadh.
This is a spectacle. This is huge. I mean, the world will be watching. The world will stand still. I'm hearing Cristiano Ronaldo's going to be here. I'm hearing Kevin Hart's going to be here. Mike Tyson is part of the press conference.
Hey, brother. Hi, brother.
You've got the Fury clan. You've got the Paul clan. And on Sunday we find out the truth.
Come on, man. We're in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the kingdom. It is not only Riyadh, but it is the day on which they celebrate their founding. So everybody here is celebrating. Everybody here is joyous about this event. Everybody here is appreciating the culture and the art, and they're about to appreciate the sweet science. These are two locomotives on the same track headed directly towards each other. There will be only violence when these two guys finally meet head to head. And I can't tell you who's gonna win because the only person who knows who's gonna win lives in each one of them, right there in their heart.
What's going on, baby? How you been, baby?
Hell of an experience, man. Happy to be here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What a blessing. What a blessing.
We wanted to go to the NFL, me and my brother, and my dad really made us believe that that was possible. We worked for it nonstop. And obviously, life's taken a different turn to other professional sports, but still doing sports at the end of the day.
Just gotta speed this up, you know. Just curious, see what's
I'm
up.
not really interested. I'm interested in the fight on Sunday night, but all this rubbish leading up to it, it's what it is. It's part of the
He's so
parcel of
jacked.
the real times fight night.
He's so different than his older brother.
Because talking, because
He wants looking best on TV. Show business. Let me tell you, I'm the first one. Muscles don't win fights, as you've seen in the past. But you know, this kid can really rock on. You know.
Tommy Fury with the Fury name. There's a lot of pressure on him to deliver and win this contest, but Jake Paul is.
I mean, I don't know about this guy, right? Like, I don't know, has he been fighting? It's the professional level. So what can you really say? Here's the thing with Jake Paul, he's not really been fighting professional boxing. He fought other good MMA fighters, but
UFC stars and big UFC stars like Tyrone Woodley, people like that. But we don't know how good he is, and we're going to find that out on Sunday night when this fight happens. So it's a fight of the unknowns, but a lot on the line for both guys, and I can't wait for it.
And next, the panel that we've been waiting for, the main event, Sunday, February 26th, in Jeddah. The talk is over. It's time for...
Well, not yet. No, but not yet. We have a couple more things to say.
The talk is over. Jake Paul, the problem child.
all it's to me. To even mention my name in the same sentence as that is disrespectful to me. Who's been boxing it?
We've said fight a
how long?
My whole life.
His whole life.
I'm gonna clinically knock this
Well, his
guy
brother
out.
is Tommy Fury. That's the thing, you know what I mean?
Critics who have said fight a professional boxer, fight someone your age. I agree. I haven't proven that, but this is why this fight's so big. This is why I'm so excited. Tommy, do you think this is going to be an easy fight?
You're getting put to sleep inside 4 rounds. Let me tell you, you should have took the escapes. You should not be sitting here right now because this is bad for you. You've blown your ticket. I'm coming to take your head off.
I think we make a deal then, since you're so confident. I think we make a deal. If you win, I'll pay you double what I'm paying you already. But if I win, I take everything that I'm paying you. Since you're so confident, deal or no deal, since you're so confident.
Take it.
Deal or no deal?
Take it. Take it.
Deal or no deal? I want to shake on
Why are
it.
you gonna stand up like you want to do something? Sit back down.
I just wanna shake your hand.
Sit back down. Sit back down.
the question.
You've got a deal. All or nothing. All or nothing. You've got it. You've got it. You've got it.
All or nothing. All or nothing. All or nothing, brother. All or nothing. All or nothing, brother. All or nothing, brother. All or nothing, brother. Corey.
Okay, okay. Oh, this guy. He's here. Oh, he was watching. Okay, okay.
Missing the
What's he
fear
got to
in the
say?
fights. He said
To
he
now
stopped
this
betting
John
on money
Jones
as
fight.
much. He started to look forward to another day. He said that the fear was gone. He didn't really fear the guys. He was happy with his pay, but he didn't really find the challenge in guys like Dominic Reyes, Anthony Smith, guys who had been dreaming of fighting him probably since they'd been in college. He was just relatively unknown to the public, is what John said. John said that he just wanted more. He said he wanted to be nervous going into the fights. He wanted to have that fear again. You know, I was talking to my kids last night as we get ready for the state tournament, and I spoke to them about fear, what it means. And John, he hit it on the point. He said he thinks the fear is healthy. And now that he's in this position with the heavyweight division being tougher, it's...
Whatever. Okay. I'm just curious to see what the deal is with this.
Can't help but think it could have been fixed. Well, early days defeating the Ultimate Champion 5, and it looked like he took advantage of the confusion to lock up a heel hook. 3 brokers. Everyone knows that Conor McGregor's lightweight title victory over Eddie Alvarez at UFC 205 was a knockout, and not just any knockout. It was one of the biggest in the before finishing him early in the.
Sometimes, man, YouTube videos, they just.
Went down. In a bizarre interview before his fight with Tony Ferguson in 2017.
Okay, literally nothing. Okay, now I'm gonna save this for later. There's gonna be a break. Alright, okay. Let's get started. Let's get started. Okay, so here we go. Let's first plan. Let's first plan what we're gonna do. This is my thing for yesterday. It's a little ambitious, so let's move that on. Okay, so okay, so if you look at this, right? Joshua Boot responded in my tweet, and I realized this, right? If I go to the U, okay, so it's called the U project. That's the current project that I'm kind of working on building. I have 2 projects that are going on. One is called Verity Blocks. That's like a huge project. It's basically an energy distribution. Just see, a little distraction. It's an energy distribution project where basically I built a system. Maybe I'll show it sometime here. I don't know, but I'm working with a team, so. Oh, cool. It's pretty dope. Job board niche. Okay, so see, he says, awesome. I just checked out your website. I'm not really sure what what it's about. Nice. So let me just show you guys what's live. Right, this is what I've pushed up. It's on Vercel. And this is a little bit of an older version. You see these things are not aligned properly, whatever. Things are a little finicky. I still gotta fix it. This is what, I don't know what day of working on it. These things aren't activated yet. I just wanted to add in the functionality so that it could work how I visualized how it's gonna be. And in a high level summary of what the project is, I'm very big into people like let's go to YouTube, like Dr. Huberman, right? Professor Huberman, because honestly, his work, his episodes, I started listening to his stuff. I listen to his podcasts, sometimes watch his videos, so you can see some of them I've watched. But if you go to the oldest ones, right? How your nervous system works. Is this the oldest one? Yeah. I don't know if this is the oldest one, but he has all these amazing resources that are cutting edge, science-backed, research-backed. He's a PhD researcher in, he's a PhD researcher in Stanford, and he's just a researcher, right? So and that's what I realized. There are many researchers out there, like Professor Huberman, Dr. Rhonda Patrick, Found My Fitness, David Sinclair. So this guy has these people on as well, and they basically go through all these, the most cutting edge science, the most cutting edge research, and what you can do to take advantage of these research protocols that get released, to optimize your biology, your health, different things, your neuroscience. And it was, when I was, maybe even 2-3 years ago, you're an entrepreneur, you're building all these projects, and you kind of realize, damn, I need to, I kind of wake up, I'm a little anxious, or maybe moody. I've looked at my phone, I've looked at social media, I've looked at what's going on Twitter. Maybe I get a message from one of my coworkers, my bosses, etc., and that's setting me off. My day's ruined. At one point I had like a little bit of brain fog. I wasn't able to focus as well. All these kind of things, they can all be tackled, right? Like they can all be tackled by simple protocols. I realized that he kind of outlines in his podcasts. But then I realized his podcasts are giant. They're each 2 hours long. And each of these guys. Okay, so he has, for example, on here, this guy Matthew Walker about sleep. I haven't watched Dr. Anna Lemke's podcast with him about treating addiction, because maybe I have a coffee addiction, but I don't really have any detriment. Well, I was smoking a ton of weed at one point, but I stopped that too. But stress and testosterone, psychedelics, performance and recovery. So he has all these researchers. These researchers also have their own research. His interviews with them become very high level. Kind of pretty fast. Using technology, me being pretty good at UI, able to code whatever I want, I realized I can, summate these things down into simple procedures or protocols that can be, made into code, made into game. Because I was finding there's a lot of info out there. Some of them are simple, like just wake up early, take a morning walk, expose yourself to sunlight. But then you start forgetting things you listened to 2 years ago. You start forgetting it's hard to keep everything in your brain, and you also want to focus on your own work. So I realized there's probably, this is a tool for myself for the most part. I'm hoping, I've seen a lot of people outside, and who follow Dr. Huberman being like, hey, is there a shorter version of these podcasts? Is there summaries of these podcasts? But then summaries don't do it justice. Like just saying bullet points is fine, but what would really be useful, I realize, is tools that you can use to make doing these activities or protocols easier. So I was like, okay, so you feel a little burnt out. The idea is, okay, you feel a little burnt out. What are the protocols? I haven't gotten the click in yet because I need to build out the procedures and the protocols, and I'll be doing that live. But let's say you click it, it gives you advice, one simple thing that can prevent burnout. I'm writing a post based on Huberman's research about dopamine, for example, and it turns out dopamine is a big factor in everything we do in life, right? It drives our motivation, it drives our focus, it drives everything. It actually, all of these protocols are just based off of a single Huberman episode on dopamine. And like this one I've actually completed. So for the first build I did was cold therapy. I know a lot of people do cold therapy already. It's pretty big, but I figured I'd build it, and I figured I could do some stuff that could help make it easier. So, cold therapy can increase your dopamine by 250%. So if you're a little sluggish, if you're not feeling that motivated. Now, what's interesting is, as opposed to other sources of dopamine, like you could take Adderall, like a lot of people take Adderall. You could do a whole bunch of other stuff. Like everything increases dopamine, right? Like looking at Instagram is dopamine, so that's why you kind of keep looking. The likes on Twitter are dopamine boosts. But the issue with cocaine is dopamine boost. Meth, all these things. I'll talk about coffee in a bit, but when you do these things, it causes an instant spike in dopamine, right? And you feel great, you feel motivated, you feel great, like nicotine, you feel great, but then each of these has a lifespan, right? It causes a quick crash. And there's a thing called your baseline level of dopamine. What ends up happening is oftentimes these things cause a spike and then a drop below baseline. And that's why oftentimes when you partake in these things, you end up feeling worse afterwards for a longer time. Now, what's really interesting is I'll probably write this blog post while you guys are watching. Maybe it'll be interesting, and I'll publish it, finish it. But what's interesting is how you build your life, your schedule, impacts everything, right? Motivation, drive, and whether or not you have that desire to pursue things. So Huberman gives an example of someone, for example, who may seem like they have their life together. For example, they work every day, right? They eat out lunch maybe 3 days a week, which, if you think about it, that's a dopamine boost. They're active, so they work out, and maybe on a Sunday they do a long open water swim, and on the weekends they go out, they drink a couple beer, maybe they partake in some drugs, maybe they don't. They reward themselves with a good meal throughout the week. They're working. They also reward themselves by listening to music while they work. I don't know what else. Like how would you stack your day up normally? What's interesting is normally you think, okay, that's a normal life, right? That's fine. But these rewards that you take, these listening to music while you work out, or listening to music while you work, eating out, socializing, all of these things you got to be cognizant of, like looking at your social media. All of these things that we do, even to small degrees throughout our life, is causing consistent dopamine spikes and dopamine slumps. Dopamine spikes, dopamine slumps, dopamine spikes, dopamine slumps. So if you can see, for someone who may even be participating in a regular life, spike, slump, spike, slump, spike, slump. While it may not be as noticeable as someone who's just doing a ton of blow, over maybe a year, 2 years, they're feeling super burnt out. We all go through this. We've all experienced this. I've experienced this. That's why I got so interested in this. I realized this can all be prevented by simple procedures, by structuring your life, by doing intermittent dopamine scheduling, by partaking in things that, by doing dopamine cleanses, doing cold water exposure. So all these things cause slumps. What's interesting, though, about cold exposure, so this person would, in this example, this person over time, although not in a week, not in 2 weeks, not in a month, maybe not 2 months, but eventually they'll get burnt out. And that's why most people end up getting burnt out. It's just poor dopamine management. And it can all be avoided by taking breaks, dopamine fasts, being conscious of how you're living your life. What's interesting about cold water exposure or cold exposure is it causes a 250% increase in dopamine, similar to that of below. I mean, it's different for each person and different depending on where your baseline is. And it actually causes a sustained increase above baseline and actually doesn't cause a drop below baseline. So it causes an increase, right? And well, actually an increase and continues to increase for many hours and then slowly brings you back to baseline, which you feel great, you feel motivated throughout the day. That's why it feels so good. Now, okay, so now onto the product that I'm building. One of this. Now, I haven't thought about, let me not get distracted. The idea was, okay, you have 15 minutes, right? Okay, I come on this platform, I know what I want to do, I have 15 minutes. Oh, okay, cold water exposure, let's go. Okay, so I'll build these over here. Let's start off with a cold plunge. This was the easiest one to build. So, oh, okay, I want to do a cold plunge. You have a cold plunge. Let me do a cold plunge. Let me do it for 30 seconds. Let me just start the time. 30 seconds counts down. You get some tokens. Sometimes you don't get tokens. Intermittent dopamine scheduling. You can share. You have a community of people who are ambitious in doing things like this. And you get encouraged. You share. You communicate. Have a community. Everything's going well. Essentially, well, this is just a timer. So you do it for this long. However long you can do it for, you get rewarded. If you manage to do 15 minutes cold plunge, that's the ideal. You know you'll feel great. I'll have a dopamine tracker that shows you on a chart based on what you did, where you probably are at your dopamine levels. So ideally, in the end, this can be that ultimate health tool that says, hey, you're probably going to start feeling worse now. Let's say you did a bunch of drugs. You can enter this in here, and I'll have to figure out how to keep privacy and all that kind of stuff. But then I'll be like, okay, you ate a great meal, you did this, you socialized, whatever. You'll be feeling great, but based on all that activity, everything you do, I can calculate roughly whether or not you'll feel good tomorrow or what's going on today and what you can do to combat it, how to avoid fatigue, how to avoid burnout. The idea here is you have quick 15 minutes. You can say, okay, I haven't built this yet. I mean, I built this bit, but I haven't built the next bit. You skip. Okay, so, I don't really want to do a cold plunge. Let's be social. Socializing releases, I want to say oxytocin, not oxycodone. That's the drug. Socializing releases oxytocin. I may be wrong on that. You need to double check. Which also makes you feel good. So I can chart on your dopamine chart. Oh, you're at this level right now. 15 minutes conversation with someone you actually love or family member, something like that. Good for you. Go do it. Record it. You'll know what's going on. You can track what you're doing throughout your day. Okay, you don't want to be social. Go drink some yerba mate. So interesting thing about caffeine is caffeine actually doesn't boost dopamine, but it increases the number of dopamine receptors in your body. Which means you drink yerba mate or you drink some coffee, and let's say you're in focus mode on work and you start enjoying the work, and you start it's a very dense topic. So summarizing this down into protocols is what I thought would be the easiest to get most people taking care of themselves. You can feel better. Let's say you drink some coffee, you have a workout. Your workout's probably, you're going to get more of that dopamine absorbed into your body from the dopamine release of having a successful workout. So caffeine upregulates dopamine absorption or dopamine receptors, so you're more likely to feel the effects of dopamine, and it's a pretty good way to not burn yourself out. There are some other things with caffeine which we'll go into in other podcasts and all that kind of stuff. Same thing with tea. This is just kind of like that Tinder swipe situation. You want to do certain things, different things. L-tyrosine, supplement. So I plan on having a supplement. If you have L-tyrosine, take the L-tyrosine before you work. You'll be super focused. Basically going through that kind of stuff. Now, I started off, I figured let's just go straight into this thing. But then, you start facing issues like paradox of choice. There's a lot of stuff here that confuses people. They're like, what am I doing here? What's happening? you know, as per this guy's question. So that's actually one of the things that I'm going to be working on right now. I think that the audience that I'm targeting is definitely the first group is definitely the people who already know about Huberman stuff or Rhonda Patrick stuff, all these people's work and podcasts or material. And I'm actually going to create a first view that just goes straight into Huberman's episode. You'll see. I'll probably start with Figma. Huberman's episode on this, view the tools available, or read the summary blog, or go watch the YouTube channel directly. And I think for the people, I can start posting this to get traction under tweets that people do about this topic, asking Huberman for summaries, or if there's someone who's doing quicker versions of all this kind of stuff. And I think that way I can get quite a bit of traction. So let me just respond to this guy. I also want to minimize how much I talk during I want to minimize how much I talk during this you know, doing this podcast, so doing this live stream, so I keep the work up, because it's easy to kind of get tired. I get tired from talking too much. Okay, let me respond to this guy and then let's get started. Oh, let's play some music. So I realized that this one channel, Pacific, one of my favorite kind of channels is all they let you stream. I mean, eventually once I have a lot of viewers, I'll need to Okay, so I have another project. Oh, do I have a Twitter for? Fucking, no, you gotta put yourself out there. Okay, so let's do a little planning. So just so you know, this is my other project. It's a consultancy. Well, initially the aim was to... What was the aim? The aim of this project was to basically... a lot of businesses, small businesses, and large businesses, like it's too expensive to hire a whole tech team, right? So that's why they hire consultants. So consultants kind of are iffy. They're okay. But if you have a good developer and the developer has a bunch of tools set up and has a profile, all that kind of stuff set up, so here's previous work that I've done, real estate, food, cryo, Japanese, restaurants. One time I did something for this woodworker, boba tea, sushi. I'm very proud of this. But real estate. So the idea was, okay, so you can actually hire me, my company, and as I grow, I can expand, etc., etc. And basically, I can allow people to join a community and quickly request, website build, maintenance, development, graphics, all that kind of stuff. And it's just a different avenue of consultancy, right? It's not a consultancy, but it's a business that can do your tech. So I called it CTO as a service type situation. I don't know. I haven't really put a ton of effort into marketing this or doing this maybe down the road as I implement stuff. But this is I think it's some pretty good work, in my opinion. Apps, whatever. Okay, so let's get back into it. We're gonna first start with planning out what we're gonna do. So today is Friday. It was supposed to be a rest day, but I really didn't do a crazy amount. 24th. Okay. So, what I want to do, just move that up here so I can move some of this. First things first, So I managed to make that. I managed to finish this yesterday. Just basically test stripe features. Okay, so first thing what I want to do is create a new view tab. You know, always put more ambitious plans out there. Let me turn my heat off. It's fucking hot as hell. Give me a second. Does this look better with the window open or not? Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Right? Doesn't look bad. Okay. We're back. We are back. I really should have some water here as well, but whatever. Okay, so I like to try to plan what I want to do, accomplishments, tasks. So first things first, I'm going to create this view tab where maybe I'll start off with Figma. Slide right, I want tools. Okay. So first we design it. Let's not code up. So basically I'm going podcast by podcast, and I still don't know if you guys will understand what I'm saying. I'll need to figure out a good pitch. That's one of the things that I gotta do. But I know that people who watch, listen to or watch Huberman, and people who watch or listen to Lauren DePatrick will understand with this view setup, and that's my first audience. So, and as that grows, get feedback, figure out how to optimize it more. But let's just get going. Then I want to build out a protocol, spotlighting. So this spotlighting is basically a technique to help with focus, right? So it's pretty straightforward, but you know, it's like, I don't want to think, I don't want to write down, right? And you shouldn't. You don't want it to have, you don't want to, making decisions throughout your day is really tiring. You don't want to decide to go work out. You want to have that automated. You don't want to decide to not listen to music in this particular instance of working out, because you'll be biased towards listening to music, but you want it automated. You want someone else to tell you, or a system to tell you. So let's say you're having trouble focusing, and this product, this platform will eventually be an app, is your kind of assistant. Not in the work sense, but you go on it and you say, shit, I'm having trouble focusing. You click focus. And you click on it, maybe one of the suggestions is spotlighting. It says, okay, spotlighting, let's start. And basically what spotlighting is, you look at your phone. Now I don't know if it'll work with your phone, it might instruct you to look at something else. But you look at a dot. I think it'll work though, theoretically. You can look at the dot or a shape or an image on your phone, and you just focus on it. Try to do it for 30 seconds, try to do it for a minute. I need to figure out what the maximal spotlighting benefit is. I mean, what the maximum threshold is. Maybe 3 minutes, beyond which you don't actually get any more benefits. Maybe it's detrimental. But okay, let's start with 30 minutes. You focus on that shape for 30 minutes, and then you stop. the app will say that you automatically did it, it'll track your progress, etc., etc., etc. But once you complete it, you'll actually be able to focus better. That's neuroscience. It's science-based. It's called spotlighting. It'll help you focus. So that's really the aim, right? Tools to help you just achieve what you want to with neuroscience, with research-backed, so you kind of remove the guesswork of what will help you focus or what will help you achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. So I'm going to try to build this out today. Yeah, okay, so this is some pretty straightforward stuff. What I basically want to do is here, one of the cold water exposure things is, okay, you may not have a cold plunge, you may not have a cold shower, you may not have a bathtub with some ice or cryo. What I want you to be able to do is either find a natural cold body of water near you, cold plunge service near you, cryotherapy near you, and I'm just gonna make a database, in these areas: New York, San Diego, LA, Miami, Chicago. Let me know in the comments if you want me to add your specific town. I mean, I know this is available in Google, but the idea is to do all this stuff, health stuff. You don't really want to. Again, it's streamline your life, right? That's the aim. I mean, this is in the end for me. I want to be able to go to all these places, and I don't want to really have to go to Google. I don't really want to have to do all this work. I just want to know that I have this health assistant app called the U Project, where I just go on and I say I want cold exposure, and I can find exactly where it is, the perfect ratings, the best reviews, and ideally I could form partnerships with these guys, these companies or whatever, to be able to book directly. So boom, 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 streamlined, seamless. I don't want to use many things. What's an interesting thought that I had is maybe there are neighbors who may be down to rent out that cold plunge. So that'll be interesting. I need to do a survey online to see if people are down. Neighbor down, maybe they're not. Who knows? It's just an experiment, right? One thing won't break what you're doing, but one thing could definitely make what you're doing. It could be something that a lot of people like. So that's that. I think I should be able to do that today, live. I mean, hey, if we don't get to do it, we don't get to do it, right? So this will be interesting. Let's see if I can get this done today as well. This is I did this yesterday. I integrated Stripe, so let me show you guys what the work is. So now this is the live site. Let's close this. Let's move this here, and let me move this away. Oh, and I also implemented this control boom, so you can see where I'm pointing. Okay, I'm gonna close this, move this here, and I am going to. Okay, I'm building it next, for those of you curious. There. fuck? What is this? That's weird. This looks like, to me this looks like the support is already occupied. But let's ask ChatGPT. I think this sometimes happens when you don't close I don't know, sometimes it's Windows, or I don't know what the issue is really, but you can change the port and I think it should work. Yeah. Maybe my stream's on port 3000. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just quickly, curious. So LSOF, this checks what port, what is using, I'm kind of too lazy to troubleshoot this though. So obviously, let's just I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna run 3010. Oh. I guess I only have port 4000. Okay, first let's just go here. Because I use localhost for a few things. Let's go here 4000. And let's go here 4000. Okay. Alright, so now we get to see my work so far. Let's close that up. It's my ChatGPT to help me write tweets. Oh, fuck my neck. Okay. Alright, so, where we at? Okay, this is the new one. Got random bugs here. Well, random, I know what they are. Each child list should have a key prop, you know, so I have like a bunch of children here. And they should all have unique key prop. So you see this is kind of formatted better versus the main one. The one that's live. We can minimize it. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. And quick wins. Okay. So what I was showing you was, okay, so first I have implemented magic. Okay. I'm already logged in. Cookies or whatever. This takes me to the right place. This takes me to the right place. So, boom. Okay, I just wanted to, I don't really want to charge for platform use, right? Let me move this mic closer to me so I don't have to talk as loud. Okay, I don't really want to charge for platform use. I don't want to charge subscription yet. Maybe down the road. I think I can make money on partnerships and all of that kind of stuff. Like, I plan on offering supplements. What's up, wieners? It's my dog. Come on, come here. Give me a second. Where did this go? Look, say hi. Say hi to the internet. Hi. Oh. It is cold as fuck. I do like the fresh air, but okay. Tight. Okay, so essentially, okay, so where was I? Start this back up again. The logic is, okay, if you like the work and you're using this, you don't have to. No judgment, no guilt. There are clear rewards. See, if you subscribe now, and if I do have to do a subscription down the road, not subscribe, if you gift coffee or pizza now, fund my coffee addiction, and buy me some pizza, you'll get free lifetime access. Or, you know, I plan on releasing some tokens, legitimate ERC20 tokens, but I think they won't be, I won't list them on any public markets. The sole purpose of these tokens will be to interact in the platform. Maybe you can use them to get some discounts down the road. I mean, I'll let the community vote, and the main thing is voting in the platform. So if you want to, like, there's another list of podcasts that I'm going to break down later, meaning in the future, and you can vote with your tokens that you earn through interacting in the platform, like for checking in on a daily basis, or for doing cold therapy every day, taking part in challenges, just basically interacting in the platform, you know, being a good Samaritan, helping people out, etc., etc. You get tokens. And with these tokens, you can vote on what features maybe you want a feature build, so you'll give more tokens to have the feature built. It's not a currency value, so I don't really see why people will be tied to their tokens, but you know, whatever. We'll see how this turns out. And then finally, gifts and other stuff. I don't know what else, but you'll get more stuff. Maybe merch. My girlfriend is very big into fashion, so she's actually designing some merch for the U project. The clothing brand is going to be called Son of a Doctor. I'll do a bigger announcement later, but the reason I call some... Dude, why does she keep on barking? What is she barking about? What are you barking about? Okay. So you get the point. You get the point of this gift. Okay, so it's free, but you can if you want to, kind of like the Wikipedia model. And then I integrated Stripe. Boom, boom. But this was hard as hell. I mean, good thing is I recorded it. I didn't do it live, but I recorded it. Oh, I mean, here's the thing. It wasn't as hard because I've done it before, right? But let me tell you, it was hard. It was, if it was the first time, I don't even know how I did it the first time. Like, I don't know how I figured it out, but I mean, maybe research. I think I maybe looked up blogs, all that kind of stuff. So, long story short, I ended up, and then it's funny because I have this recurring. So if you want to do a monthly, right, $8 per month every month, so you don't have to think about it. Right. And let's go. Oh no. That's weird. Okay. So there's no response, huh? Yeah, well, you see it's broken. Let me just check it. I gotta fix this, because otherwise it'll be bugging me the whole time. So we're doing fetch. Single. I guess my payment intent just doesn't return. Oh, I don't fucking return the response. No. Oh, I don't return the response. There's no response. Let's do this. Okay. I think if I return response. Am I being crazy? Am I being crazy? Am I being too naive? Let's just refresh this. Let's see, it's random. Okay. Boom. Pop that out. So for those of you who don't know, 4242 is a test card. It's not my official card. There's no response. If you look at this network, right? I guess we'll hit this. Come on. No network call. Let's do that. I should just do it like this. I don't know why I'm doing it like that. Okay, let's fix this up. Because I had this issue with single as well. See here, this is single versus not single. Okay, so let's handle this. Okay, so here. Let's just do it here. It's just something I'm doing. Damn, I am hungry. I'm trying to get here. No, we just did payment. Just did payment. Fuck. Let's just do data. It's gonna be a whole object. There's no response. How do we handle the catch error? Okay. We'll just hit a try. Okay, so there's no response, right? The response object is, I honestly don't know what's going on with that, but I'm gonna just kind of move on from it because I don't really want to waste too much time on stuff. Alright, just kind of do that. There we go, just leave it here. Okay, whatever. Boom, that should work. So get rid of this cost response. Okay. Boom, there we go. So these errors are the previous errors, and I mean, even you can see it's like weird as hell. I think if you think through it, and you're just one developer, I mean, you're in a team, and your only role is to build Stripe, then you can take all your time to figure it out. But that's not my situation. And also, it's not really the promise that Stripe made, right? Stripe's promise is easy as hell. I guess if I did no code, some sort of no code solution, then it could be easier. Let's see, here we go, 20. Okay, so let's gift another situation, right? Let's see this 21 created by me. Did I capture the name? Yeah, John Ham, address, everything passed. San Diego. This is from one person. Damn, this all this shit being shown. Device, some fucking hacker can fuck me up. Okay, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this one time. Let's do. This should be $8. What is this now? Okay. Kind of annoying. Let's get back here. Okay, we got that going. Okay, let's check this pizza. Does this break? Okay, the subscription monthly doesn't break because we have client secret here. Okay. So that didn't break. Let's close this up. Open this up. What happens here? Oh, okay, it didn't break. I don't fucking know. Maybe... What could have happened? We'll troubleshoot that at some other point in time.
She wanted me to come in here and say hi.
I'm live streaming.
Oh, okay.
She said hi to my audience of 0.
Huh?
She said hi to my audience of 0.
Hello.
The cool thing is like, wait, let me see if there's anyone.
Hello. Hello, my princess. Oh my gosh. Did you just wake up from your nappies? Did you?
Oh, I have 2 viewers. The cool thing is like when you live stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
It auto
Saves.
yeah, it auto saves. So like I can just edit. I mean, but it doesn't auto publish. I can just kind of go through and then edit and then cut out like the different I can cut out the different portions.
This girl is just the cutest little fluffy ball.
Yeah, someone's, I don't know, 2 people have been watching for 55 minutes straight.
What are you doing? Just coding?
Huh?
Are you
Yeah,
coding?
coding. Well, I'm kind of planning and then coding. I haven't even started. I'm kind of going over, and then there are some things that are broken. But yeah.
Okay.
Mini break.
Are you streaming now?
I'm trying to decide how to do this.
Yeah, because you don't want them hearing everything you talk about.
I can just unplug this mic. But yeah, no, actually, yeah. Let me just end it. I'm gonna end it to my viewers. I'm gonna end this and then come back on.